Hey monkeys, how you doing? Damien Keys here. So today Instagram launched a game changer. It's a new feature on Instagram called Instagram TV. I'm sure you've heard about it. It is a game changer because all of a sudden we don't have to stick to short form video. We are now allowed to make and release long form content. So YouTube, look out because Instagram is coming at you. The thing with this is, for me, this is a game changer because Instagram has never really floated my boat. I don't feel like I'm good at taking pictures. I'm not particularly very photogenic, and I feel like the content I make doesn't really suit Instagram without making me look like a bit of a bell end. So, more of a bell end. So in which case, this is a game changer because now I feel like I can bring value by my content, that I can actually make longer form videos that I can put into Instagram to bring more of my audience value. The problem I have is each social media platform is now becoming a monster doing everything. Instead of being specialist social media platforms, we're ending up with everyone fighting over the same ground and everyone trying to do the same thing. YouTube yesterday released YouTube Music. It's going after Spotify. Instagram today released this Instagram TV. It's going after YouTube. Facebook's trying to be pay to play. Everything is trying to do everything at the same time. Now that's great, but all we've done is we've added another place in the mix where you can add content. And I don't know about you, but from what I'm seeing, it's not like we need another place to post content. It's not like we needed somewhere and we're all thinking to ourselves, oh, thank God I can make longer videos and put them on Instagram. For me, it's a game changer because I feel like I can bring value, but I'm in a lucky position where I'm working with a team of people that can make content. Now, what happens when you're in a band, or what happens when you're a startup company and either you're doing the social media yourself or you might have one person doing social media? How can you possibly make short-term, long-term content? You make different content for every platform. You're making stories which vlog the day, you're making YouTube content, you're making Facebook content, you're making written content. It's just impossible. So something has to give, and I'm seeing too many bands skimming over the surface of lots of platforms, not doing them well enough. And we've had a bit of this week. So the book came out on Thursday night, so 1 week ago. The book's been out for 1 week, and look, it's been amazing. Loads of people have bought it, and I can't say how appreciative I am. And in fact, after this, we're off to the launch party. But the problem we've had is every time someone sends me a message saying I bought the book, or I've read the book, or I'm really excited about the book, I'm just going back and saying thank you so much. I can't tell you how appreciative I am of you doing this. But I'm doing it on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, and that in itself is a full-time job. I mean, it is literally taking, I'm having to allocate 4 or 5 hours a day because obviously that then breaks into a conversation, and I want to make sure that I'm engaging with you and talking to you and thanking you for doing this because I am really appreciative. But then you've got to make the content. And what about making the music or making the product? You know, it's just getting to a point now where we're looking at this going, too much. There's too much. I can't make different content for different platforms. But what we can't do is we can't make one piece of content and stretch it across. Yes, you can make a piece for YouTube, and then that will automatically fit on Facebook, and that will automatically fit on Instagram. Because what we'll end up doing is we'll end up starting to split the audience. If I can watch the same video of yours on any platform I want, well, I'm going to decide which one I want to consume it on. Maybe it's going to be YouTube, maybe it's going to be Instagram. I just don't feel like that is a very productive way of doing things. So I'm a big believer in actually specializing in different things, which is going to be damaging then for the platforms. Because if you think about it, this Instagram thing came out today, and in the office, the first thing we said is, this is perfect. We're about to relaunch the hashtag #AskDamo show. Let's do it on Instagram instead of YouTube. That's micro damaging YouTube. Tiny bit, like tiny. But if everyone does that, that's going to be massively damaging from YouTube, because instead of making shows for YouTube, people are going to start making shows for Instagram. Facebook is at a point now where it's so pay to play that people are just seem to be forgetting about it or leaving it. Instagram at the moment is a monster. But if you look at social media in general and the future of it, we're in this kind of cyclical time. You know, everything's changed, but also everything stays the same. And we're in a time now where everything's all about Instagram and everyone's fighting each other. But in a couple of years' time, younger kids are going to go, I don't want to be on Instagram because my parents and my grandparents are on Instagram. And so therefore something will always come along. And you know, with every business that has been successful I've been involved in, there's always been that mainstay competitor and something that comes up from below and has to try and take on the giant. And then that becomes the giant, which leaves an opening down at the bottom for the next thing. Whether it's going to be because of an algorithm, because it's going to add something different, whether it's VR or whether it's content that vanishes after 5 seconds, or whatever that form of content and that platform is going to be, we have to get to a point where there can't be a monopoly. You know, Instagram now has got to a point where one of two things has to happen. Either it completely and utterly dominates and becomes social media, like Google, for example. How many people go and ask Jeeves? Not many. So Google is just the mainstay. When you go on your computer and you want to do a search, it's Google. So Instagram either has to do that, or it's going to start fending off competition from new social medias coming in, and therefore at some point there has to be a tip in the balance. That's just the way pretty much those two things have to happen. So it'll be very interesting, but what I'm interested in is you and how you are putting out content. And yes, it's fantastic because Instagram have done something new and we're excited. But what I'm seeing is I'm seeing too many people worrying about the tools, too many people worrying about platforms and technicalities instead of actually making content, having conversations and building something. I think we're entering a time now where we've got to be a bit careful. Just because it's there, it doesn't mean you have to be on it. And it doesn't mean you have to use it every single day, because for me, it's all about doing something well, doing a piece of content that's going to bring someone value, and putting it in one place is better than just trying to do a little bit over all platforms and everyone just doesn't give a shit. So for me, I want you to think about this now, because I feel like we're entering a whole new time for social media, and we might go back to having specialism. Like, for example, if you look at coffee, now you've got like Starbucks on every street corner, and all of a sudden there's more sort of local coffee shops than there ever before, and everyone's, well, not everyone, but lots of people rebel against the kind of big corporate brand. Well, it wasn't that many years ago that Starbucks was groundbreaking and everyone just thought it was the coolest thing in the world. So I think from your point of view, you need to think about what you're trying to achieve with your social media and which platforms are going to suit you. For a lot of you, there needs to be a cull, or there needs to be a hell of a lot more time and a lot more people involved in your social media so that you can do it properly. I'm assuming that a lot of you can't do that, so therefore you need to decide where you put your energy rather than doing lots of little things averagely well. I'd rather see you do one thing particularly well. And it might now be Instagram because it looks like they are the main play at the moment. You know, for people like myself who've been building on Facebook for a couple of years, and now it feels like Facebook isn't as powerful as it once was. I can't get my stuff to my audience without paying for it. So therefore, new opportunities arise. I need you to think about this. I need you to think about it because this is a great day. Instagram have released something great today. YouTube released something great yesterday. But it is showing that everyone is after everyone else. It's a battle to the top of who's going to be the #1 social media platform, which is great, but it's giving us too much choice. Let me know what you think. I want to know, will you be using Instagram TV? I'm sure you will, but what's going to give? Where's the social media that you're going to let go? And if you say Twitter, I will punch you in the face because that doesn't count. Which is the social media platform that you're going to give up? You're going to give up Instagram? You're going to give up YouTube? You're going to give up Facebook? Have you given stuff up already? Or are you going to try and battle through and you're going to try and do everything? And if so, what is your strategy? Because I am very, very interested to know. Have a think about it. If you can do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment, come and just hit me up. Come and be my mate. And I'll be doing this again tomorrow. So thanks very much. See you soon.